Now it's time for today's perspective, and I'm sure you would agree there's nothing better than a beautiful wildlife picture to brighten your day. Now that is the fact that my guests today have been able to exploit, if you like, our love of nature to help defend it. Now Marion Pear and P Arts are the co-founders of Prints for Wildlife, a fundraiser developed during the COVID crisis. It's really evolved into a global movement of 240 now of the world's leading wildlife and conservation photographers. So far that initiative raising $2.1 million over, in fact, and the co-founders join us now. Thanks to both of you for being with us on the programme today. We're going to look at some of the pictures while we talk. Let me ask you, first of all, Marion, just how this idea came about.
Well, this is, thanks for having us, first of all. This was kind of a COVID baby. So we were stuck at home, P and I out of a job. We didn't have anything to do, no travels, all our projects were cancelled. And all these news reports were happening, how wildlife is thriving in the absence of tourism. I don't know if you remember, that was 5 years ago. And the reality looked very different. There was actually huge threats on wildlife. So we founded this idea. We asked a few photographers, friends of ours, to join, and it grew into this global movement. And then this year we brought it back, not because of a virus, that's not the problem anymore, but because of a huge global shift away from environmental protection. So there's critical funding cuts. There's essentially billions of dollars missing in funding for nature conservation organizations. And we knew we had to rally the troops again, bring together all the photographers to donate these beautiful and stunning photos, which you can then purchase as what you said, beautiful fine art prints, and 100% of the proceeds from the prints go directly to conservation.
Oh, it's lovely looking at the images. They're absolutely fabulous. I mean, Pete, tell us how big this has become now.
Well, in numbers, we're looking at 375 plus photographers. In dollars raised, as mentioned by Marion, 2.1 million, on our way to 2.5 million. But I think the power of this campaign is not only in the numbers. I think it's strongly in the sense of community we've been able to generate, in the generosity of all the photographers donating, and in becoming a storytelling channel for our environmental protection. And I think as a human race, we are very much underestimating the power of art. For me personally, the healing power of art has always carried me through these times of anxiety and despair. So what we're trying to do with this campaign is send a message of hope into the world, that if people come together, change is actually possible.
I know that you're not just behind the project. Of course, you're photographers yourself as well. So perhaps the best way of illustrating, if you like, what kind of pictures you're looking at is looking at some of your own pictures. So Marion, let's look at a picture that I know you took. Tell us about it and why it's a perfect one, if you like, for Print for Wildlife. If we can bring that picture up, it's that one. It's absolutely, there's something about it. It's incredibly cute, isn't it?
I love this photo so much. I mean, of course, I have a personal story behind it. So I went to Uganda. This was the first time I did a gorilla trek. And I think every wildlife photographer kind of dreams of that moment of seeing gorillas in the wild. And there is this tension that you try to take the perfect capture of a gorilla face and you want to see the silverback. But then there was this beautiful kind of intimate scene. So these are two young gorillas. On the right side is a baby, on the left is a juvenile. And they went to this little stream and they were drinking out of it. So they used the other hand to drink from the stream and their right or left hand to hold on to that tree. So for me, it's symbolic for the beautiful symbiotic relationship between nature and animals, between flora and fauna. And that's why I donated it to Prints for Wildlife. And this is also available now as a print on the website printsforwildlife.org.
And I'm glad you took it and shared it with us today. Pete, let's look at your picture as well. Tell me what this one was, because I was looking at it earlier on, trying to work out exactly what's going on. It's a fascinating shot. Tell us about it.
So for the first time in this edition, we're branching out beyond wildlife and nature conservation images only. So we decided to include more human storytelling as well. This image is taken on one of my trips to India, where I was walking around a lake in Jaipur, until I spotted a few young men sitting at the banks of the lake. And I learned later that they actually traveled to Jaipur to distribute the ashes of their cremated father. So I was kind of witnessing such an intimate moment from a distance and learning about it later. And I think that is truly the power of photography, the connection you can form through making these images, to engaging with people, to sharing that humanness we all carry. And I think that's also one of the strong aspects of this campaign, all these people coming together with this universal love for art and storytelling.
Tell us, either of you here, I'm going to throw it open wide. I mean, what is it you think that makes a good photo?
That's for P.
Well, I think it should make you stop whatever you're doing, whether you're walking in a mall, whether you're browsing a newspaper, scrolling on your phone. A strong image makes you stop, and it makes you look again. It makes you connect with the subject you see, you're looking at. And I think all of these images, one after the other, have that stopping power in them that just makes people stop in their way. And when you stop, there is space for you to digest what you see. It should slow people down as well. I mean, we're living in this like content overkill age in which there's like a 3-second attention span, but essentially strong storytelling should really make people freeze and consider, what is this? What am I looking at?
You agree with that, Marion?
Absolutely. And we called this edition Hope for a reason. So we believe that photography can spark hope, but it can also inspire action. And this is kind of the power and the magic of photography. When you look at these photos, you're not only stopping and wondering, but you are inspired to take action to protect these animals and these places where they live.
Yeah, I wanted to end by asking about that, actually. I mean, inspiring action. Does it sometimes get depressing? I mean, you know, we all know the state of the planet and the difficulties that the planet is in, I suppose, and therefore that wildlife is in. Presumably, sometimes you come across things that are very depressing. I mean, do you manage to sort of get over that and continue to be positive as photographers?
I think with Edition Hope and with Prints for Wildlife, that's possible. It's so easy to do something. You know, you go to printsforwildlife.org, you buy one of those prints, they're just $125, and you can do something and you can contribute positively, and that helps. And then all the feedback we get from people who buying the prints all over the world and from the photographers, everyone is kind of in a positive mood because we get to do something. But let me just add, it's only 4 more days of Prints for Wildlife. So we're ending this Sunday. I hope we're not falling into a depressed state after, but we are hoping to raise the $2.5 million, which would be incredibly important.
I didn't know it was the last few days. Yeah, tell us about that, P. I mean, you know, managing to get that community together for this time must have been a great experience for both of you.
Well, the beautiful aspect is that we're tapping into the networks of 375 different photographers. So that makes it easier to create a certain wave of attention. So we're really asking people to go to our website, browse the images. Purchasing one goes a very long way, because $125 in these places can really change lives. So yeah, we're rallying the troops, as Marion said in the beginning. 4 more days on the clock, and we're hoping to see some great results towards the end.
Well, good luck. I hope this helps a little bit anyway. Hopefully push those numbers up to get to that 2.5 million. Thanks very much to both of you for coming on and sharing your pictures and those pictures of your colleagues as well. Marion Pear and P Arts joining us there, co-founders of Prints for Wildlife. I was going to mention the website, but I think you've mentioned it a few times. printsforwildlife.com or .org, I can't remember. Org.org. There you go. You can go there and have a look at those pictures if you want to here on France 24. Thanks very much once again.